Hey, everybody. It's so great to see everybody again. I am so excited that I get to be the privileged one to interview Cate Carter. Cate is with us today. Every year, TEDxYouth at MBJH celebrates a featured artist. And so we reached out to several art teachers around the district and we said, hey, do you have someone in your classes that is just really standing out, someone that should be our featured artist this year? And this year, Cate was the one that was recommended to us, and I have seen her art, and I'm just going to tell you, it is absolutely amazing. So Cate, I want to just start off with, will you just tell me a little bit about how you got interested in art, and tell me about your experience? Where did you get your foundation?
I've always enjoyed art and the idea of it and just being able to express myself, but I think I really got interested in it or more invested in it when I came to the junior high and got to take art as an elective rather than a mandatory class to take every week, where it was more what area interests you and what area you really want to go into. So, yeah.
Well, let's take a look at your first piece. This is a sculpture, which is so intricate and so amazing. Tell me how you were inspired to create this sculpture and a little bit about it.
A lot of my art is inspired by things that I just think are interesting or that I see when I'm traveling. So this, I've always found the way that different trees grow differently depending on where they are, and just that kind of thing. So the bonsai trees, which this is a bonsai tree, they just are so unique compared to other trees, and just the way that they grow is just
And you actually brought this piece for us to look at today.
Yes.
So Cate's art is in the hallway, and I encourage you when we break for lunch to go and to look at her pieces. She's got another piece. Let's take a look at that now that's out there. And so tell me about this sweet piece. You and I had a chance to talk about it yesterday, and it's a very touching story. Tell me about the inspiration for this piece.
This was a recreation of a picture that one of my good family friends took of my dog Cooper when he was younger, and he was just a really special part of my life. And yeah, I just wanted to draw something to kind of remember him.
You and I were talking about just how much you love this dog, and I can tell by the detail and the time that you took to create this piece. That's truly reflected in here. You have several pieces. So we're looking at a drawing. You've done sculpture. That's not the only sculpture you've done. You're working on a piece right now that's tell us just a little bit about the current sculpture piece that you're working on.
It's kind of similar to the first one, but I've decided to use a different size of wire and just little altercations to see what would work best for me. But it's more of a weeping willow tree rather than a bonsai tree, so just a different kind of tree, yeah.
Okay, so drawing, sculpture, and that's not it. You also like to do painting, and I believe you brought some paintings for us today, and photography.
Yes.
So we've got photography outside. So where do you want to go next? What do you want to play with a little bit more? What will be your next medium?
I've always wanted to get to experiment more with ceramics and pottery, so I think that's an area that I would like to experiment in.
So what would you tell, let's say we've got some audience members and they're inspired today by your art and your love of art and your talent, and they want to be an artist. Sometimes I hear people say that they're not creative, and sometimes I hear people say that they don't think that they could be an artist because they don't have the creativity. Do you believe that? Do you have words of wisdom that you would like to share?
I think that there's not just one way to create art. It's your expression. There's not a tutorial of how to do it. It's just how you want to express yourself. Yeah, so there's really no wrong way to do it. You don't need to be some philosopher that has these great ideas. It's just whatever you want to do.
Well, I am so glad that you're here with us today. Please stop by and talk with Kate. She'll be out by her artwork after the session. And thank you so much for being our featured artist and for sharing your talent with us.
Thank you.